Hey friends, welcome back. This is part 2 of the week on bond court in front of Magistrate Fink. As always, I am not an attorney. I am not making any legal conclusions nor putting forth any legal advice. All comments are my opinion. All persons are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Down below is the link if you'd like to join my circle of friends, or if you'd like to help contribute to Fritz and Luna's BarkBox habit. Let's go back to Magistrate Fink's courtroom.
Hello, could you state your name, please?
Tao Yang.
Okay,
Tao Yang.
I need Mr. Yang's.
Oh, I don't have any court appointed.
Hey, Kelly, did you send your court appointed forms?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, since I'm at 10:04.
all right, we'll come back to the contact information then. State of Michigan versus Tao Yang, Pittsfield Township Police Department, report number 23585. The case number is 23F10063. I'll appoint the public defender's office. You may proceed when you're ready.
Assistant Public Defender Kelly Yankee appearing on behalf of Mr. Yang. Mr. Yang, please state your full name for the court.
Tao Yang, Taoyang.
Thank you. Your Honor, we didn't have a chance to go over the complaint in the break in our meeting this morning. Could you please read it?
The complaint in this matter states that on or about January 14th, 2023 at 4380 Washtenaw Avenue in Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, Michigan, defendant is accused in count 1 of committing the crime in the 3rd degree, knowingly or intentionally causing physical harm to a child. That's a felony with a maximum of 2 years. Count 2 is a charge of misdemeanor. Defendant is accused of making an assault or an assault and battery upon an individual with whom he has a child in common or his spouse. This is a misdemeanor with a maximum of 93 days and or $500.
Thank you, Your Honor. We stand mute to these charges.
Hey, may address bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Yang, we would like to ask for a personal bond. However, we're trying to figure out where he can go since the only address he could be released to would be the one of the complaining witness. So I was going to get in contact with our AIM division to see if we can set up a different place for him to get him settled. He is a doctor at U of M. He has a PhD. He's gainfully employed there. He does have those 2 children. He informed me he's not on probation or parole. I didn't see any other open cases for him at the moment. I didn't see any active warrants. He informed me he does not have a medical marijuana card. He does not own any firearms, nor does he have to travel outside of the state of Michigan anytime soon.
Okay. Is it okay, Mr. Yang, if the court uses your phone number and your email to have contact with you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'll give you a personal recognizance bond today. That means you don't need to pay any money to leave the jail today. While you're on bond, you're not to have any contact with your wife or with your daughter. You're not to go to the Washtenaw Avenue address, except you may take the police with you to get your belongings. When you get settled someplace else, you need to call the courthouse and let us know where you are. No contact includes reaching out to those people to initiate contact. It includes replying if they contact you. Don't use social media or another person to have contact with either of them. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs while you're on bond. There's weapons or ammunition while you're on bond. And do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Do you have any questions about the bond conditions?
That means I cannot go back to my home from now on.
You can go with the police to get your belongings, but you can't live there right now.
Understand.
Okay, the court date will be a probable cause conference on January 26th at 9 a.m. over Zoom. Any questions?
Sorry, I missed the date.
January 26th.
26th. Okay.
When you leave the jail today, you'll have paperwork that has that date on it, and then closer to the actual day, you'll get a notice to your email with the time to appear and the link to appear by Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, you're all set, sir. Thank you. Hi, could you state your name, please?
Joshua Sawyer.
All right, this is State of Michigan versus Joshua Larry Wait. How do you say your middle name?
Larry Wanye.
Wayne is how you pronounce that?
Wanye.
Larry Wayne Sawyer, Washoe County Sheriff's Department, report number 233731. Oh, I guess I do have a case number. It is 23FB1014. I will appoint your office, Ms. Yankee. Go ahead when you're ready.
Thank you. Assistant Public Defender Kelly Yankee appearing on behalf of Mr. Sawyer today. Could you please read the complaint for us, Your Honor?
Complaint in this matter states that between the dates of January 13th, 2023 and January 14th, 2023, defendant is accused in count 1 of unlawful imprisonment, knowingly restraining in order to facilitate the commission. This is a felony with a maximum penalty of 15 years and or $20,000. Count 2 is a charge. That's a felony. Oh, again, with says the alleged victim, this is a felony with a maximum of 10 years and or $5,000. Count 3 is a charge of interfering with electronic communications, causing injury. This is a felony with a maximum of 4 years and or $5,000. And count 4 and count 5 are each a charge of aggravated. Each of those is a misdemeanor with a maximum of 1 year and or $1,000. And again, this is the victim, alleged victim on all of these.
Thank you, Your Honor. We stand mute to these charges.
Hey, Mr. Dowd, I took the testimony, I've read the bond form. Go ahead when you're ready.
If you don't have any additional questions, I'm gonna stand by the bond form. You know, she did have also a bruise on her right eye and massive bruise on her I think left arm from this encounter. And my big concern here is he was on parole for similar type of crimes. I did not have a chance to see whether it was the same victim. I don't believe so, because they've only been dating since August of 2022. So.
Okay. There's another address listed for the no-go to, something on Brookwood. Do we know what that is?
I think that's her work. No, it can't be her
Okay.
work. Yeah, I
Oh.
the police officers marked that. I did not know what that was. So
And they didn't say anything to me about it when I was taking the testimony, so I don't know what that is either.
So yeah.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Yankee. The request is for a cash component due to the violent nature of the incident, as well as the being the parole situation.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're going to ask for a low cash bond. Being in the parole situation, he does have a parolee hold now. So we would like to ask for a low cash bond. We went over possible bond conditions the court may place on him. He has no issue with the no contact and the no go to for the addresses. He informed me he does not have a medical marijuana card, nor any, he does not have to travel out of state anytime soon. I didn't see any other cases open at the moment for him. And for the parolee hold, for the charge, it was a home invasion charge, he informed me, and it was not the same victim.
Okay. And not a. Okay, so I don't have his criminal history here, so I don't know anything about that other case. A home invasion is not the same kind of violent felonies, but it does speak to, I guess I need you to run his criminal history. Paul.
Your Honor, on April 2017, he was convicted He pled guilty to
Is that what he's still on parole for?
I am not sure because I couldn't verify that. But he was given 23 months to 10 years on that.
Okay, so in 2017, he was convicted of a violent felony.
Yeah, and then he had an unlawful imprisonment that was dismissed on that same case. 2 counts of that was dismissed.
Okay,
Then he had 2019, he has same again. Was also that same conviction on that same case, but it doesn't show me the sentence on there. And that's why I assumed it was the prison sentence for, because he also has another 2019 case, which he got 3 years to 10 months for, which he pled no contest to.
why isn't your office seeking to have bond denied on this file?
I mean, I would seek that. I didn't think I could get that because it's a 15-year felony.
Yeah, I think that I'm that's why I'm printing his criminal history, because
I
it
would ask
sounds
for
to
that,
me.
but I thought because it was a 15-year felony, it's not a capital case. I couldn't ask for the no bond.
Well, if he's on probation or parole for a violent felony, and he's accused of another violent felony, that is part of that court rule.
Okay.
I'll hear from Miss Yankee if there's anything else she wants to say, though, and while I'm waiting for the criminal history.
Yes, sir. I mean, he is on parole hold, so he wouldn't be going anywhere at the moment. So we would just still like to ask for the low cash bond so we could still get credit
Okay.
for time served.
So this is what we're talking about under Michigan Court Rule 6.106 regarding pretrial release. The court may deny pretrial release to a defendant that is charged with committing a violent felony, and at the time of the commission of the violent felony, the defendant was on probation, parole, or release pending trial for another violent felony, or during the 15 years preceding the commission of this felony, the defendant has been convicted of 2 or more violent felonies under the law of the state or similar laws of the United States or another state arising out of separate incidents. If the court finds that proof of the defendant's guilt is evident or the presumption is great. So,
given that, Your Honor, I would amend my request to
Yeah.
no bond.
yeah, I'm going to deny bond on this file. So, Mr. Sawyer, there are very limited circumstances where the court is permitted to deny bonds. The presumption is usually that a person can have a financial bond in order to be able to potentially post that and leave the jail. Generally speaking, the policy of this court is that when bond can be denied, bond is denied, because the intention of the Michigan legislature is clear that that is such a small number of cases that there's been a decision that those are situations where a person is kind of de facto determined to be violent and dangerous. So your particular situation, as I just read the court rule, appears to fit within that statute. So I am going to deny bond in this case, finding not only that the statute applies, but that there's a danger to, while you're on bond, you're not to have any contact with, do not go to her address on Lakeshore Boulevard. Do not go to any other place where she works or might be staying with her family members. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, weapons, or ammunition while you're on bond. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. No criminal behavior, no assaultive behavior while you're on bond. Do you have any questions about the bond? Okay, the court date will be January 26th. That will be approximately 9 a.m. over Zoom.
Dog, can y'all just speed this up, man, so I can go? You already said what y'all said, bro. Let me go. Y'all deny my bond. I'm not trying to hear nothing
I'm gonna
else.
advise you not to say anything else right now.
I just want to verify for
Dog, we
myself.
verified it. Everything is verified, dog. We did all that stuff. Let me go, man. Like,
Fine.
dog,
See ya. Get out.
bye. Talking about.
Be with you in a minute. Okay, so I'm looking at just to make the record perfectly clear for Mr. Sawyer. Since I didn't have this in front of me when I was speaking to him, I just want to put this on here correctly. He had a 10-year sentence. He's on probation for the assaultive charge from a conviction in 2019. So that puts him back within the court rule. I just wanted to make sure that that was accurate.
Thank you for
Okay.
checking your
Thank you.
honor. Appreciate it.
Okay, what is your name, please?
Tarak Pringle.
Okay. I have your mailing address on Grandmont in Detroit, Mr. Pruitt Pringle. Is that a good place for you to receive mail from the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so is your name, is it Rashad-Pruitt or is it Pruitt-Pringle?
It's Tarak Rashad Pruitt-Pringle.
So Pruitt-Pringle is your last name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure we have it in here correctly. All right, is it okay with you if the court uses your phone number and your email to have contact with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. This is State of Michigan versus Pruitt Pringle 23F10064. I have received a petition requesting a court-appointed lawyer. I will sign that. You may proceed when you're ready, Ms. Yankee.
Assistant Public Defender Kelly Yankee appearing on behalf of Mr. Pruitt Pringle today. We're gonna waive formal reading and stand mute to the charge, your honor.
Anything you want to say about this, Mr. Dowd?
I would recommend a PR bond. He was cooperative with the police officer and he has no criminal history.
I believe he also has at least done the CPL course,
Yeah,
which honestly, Mr. Pruitt Pringle, then you shouldn't have been carrying something in the manner it was being carried. But
Yes.
I will give you, go ahead, Ms. Yankee.
Oh, thank you, your honor. I was just gonna ask for a personal bond as well. He's not on probation or parole. No active holds or anything. He's gainfully employed. He has a child on the way with one child right now. And we went over possible bond conditions and he was fine with that as well.
Right. So, Mr. Dowd, your office has listed him and Mr. Grant as co-defendants,
correct.
but they're not really co-defendants. They're each charged with a separate crime from the same incident, correct?
Yeah, they were in the car together.
Okay,
Yeah, and they're both gonna get both recommended PR bonds, so.
yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to give you a personal bond today, Mr. Pruitt Pringle. While you're on bond, you're not to use alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. Do not purchase or possess arms, weapons, or ammunition. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Do not engage in any criminal behavior while you are on bond. Do you have any questions about the bond conditions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Your court date will be January 26th, 2023, approximately 9 a.m. over Zoom. Something will be sent to your email giving you the exact time that you should appear.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can take your mask
Hi,
off.
what's your name, please?
Keyshawn Grant.
All right, Mr. Grant, I have your mailing address on Whitcomb in Detroit. Is that a good place for you to get mail from the court?
Yes.
And is it okay with you if the court uses your phone number and your email to have contact with you?
Yes.
Thank you. This is State of Michigan versus Keyshawn Grant. 23F20065. I have received a petition requesting a court-appointed lawyer. I will sign that. You may proceed when you are ready, Ms. Yankee.
Thank you. Assistant Public Defender Kelly Yankee appearing on behalf of Mr. Grant today. We waive formal reading and stand mute to this charge, Your Honor.
Okay. I think we've already heard from you, Mr. Dawood, but if there's something you want to say, go ahead.
No, I think I said it all.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Yankee.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're also going to ask for a personal bond in this case as well. Mr. Grant has informed me he's not on probation or parole. I didn't see any other open cases or holds on him. He's fully employed, and he's okay with possible bond conditions or may place on him as well.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Grant, I'm giving you a personal recognizance bond today. One of the things that I'm supposed to consider when I'm setting bond is whether or not a person presents a danger to the community. It is inherently dangerous to be in possession. We're not having a conversation about whether that's not true. And I know that because you are a human that lives on this planet, you probably know at least one person that's been harmed or affected by gun violence. I'm not going to set a bond for you. I'm giving you a personal bond. I'm not requiring you to post any money financially. But if you, in the future, if you believe that it's important that you are possessing you need to do it the right way.
Okay.
Get the training, own it legally, carry it legally. Don't buy it off the street. Don't own one that is unregistered. Do it the right way. That is what will help keep people safe, is if things are owned properly and legally and by people who have training. All right.
Yes.
So for today, you have a personal recognizance bond. You don't need to pay any money to leave the jail. While you're on bond, you're not to use alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. Do not purchase or possess firearms, weapons, or ammunition. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. No criminal behavior of any kind.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about those bond conditions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Your court date is January 26, 2023, approximately 9 a.m. over Zoom.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Grant. You're all set.
Thank you.